Welcome to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Owen Hayes. You're watching Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented to you by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. And there's a number of reasons why you'll be heading over there after today. But we've got a great one lined up for you. As we mentioned yesterday, as we wrap the show up, we've got Austin Mosier. Yep, one of my favorite interviews. He's the owner-operator of Austin's Northwest Adventures. We're going to talk a little bit about walleye this morning. Now, typically, we've been talking to Austin this year about chasing those massive triploids over there on the east side of Washington. Well, when I say massive, I mean massive. This past week, or maybe, yeah, I think it was this past week, 27-plus pound triploid that he landed with his clients, and then a 25-pound triploid that he landed with his clients. The 27 and change was real close to the new state record. And we're going to definitely talk a little bit about that because that is so impressive. But then walleye, because he will be chasing those today and has been. I guess it's been a little, oh, there you go. That is the 27, that is a triploid trout, everyone. 27 some odd pounds. And like I said, we will touch base with Austin, talk a little bit about that. I mean, good night. Springers aren't even that big anymore, it seems like, most of the time. But we will have a chance to talk a little bit about walleye over there, trying to change gears a little bit as we are rolling into spring Chinook season. That's going to take us to our Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week. The question specifically was rigging for the new Skinny Minis, okay? The small version of the original Super Bait. Now, for a lot of us, we might go, well, okay, it's just smaller than the original, so just scale everything down, and you would be correct. These Skinny Minis, since we've got that shot right there, great angle, by the way, it is just a smaller version of that original Super Bait. So you don't need to overthink the rigging. You just got to think about scaling things down, little smaller hooks, maybe even leader size. But we're going to talk about that. Also, part of that tech tip question was spacing of hooks and hook size for cut plug herring. So we're going to include that in there. It's that time of year. Everyone's, especially with winter steelhead season just being just so lackluster for a lot of folks, myself included, although having fun. But a lot of people very excited about our upcoming fishery for spring Chinook, which will be hopefully an interesting year. I don't want to jinx it. I got to do that. But at the very least, we've got a couple of great setups for you with Austin and that Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week. Also, we've got a bunch of photos that we're going to be showing you that everybody's been sending in. But before we go there, make sure you call us up on the North American Metals Hotline. North American Metals Hotline. It's 50, there it is, 503-548-6777. Questions, comments, reports, right? Like always. But I'd love to hear from you. If you got a quick minute, if you got a tip that you might share with these new Skinny Minis, I know nobody's had a chance to really go after any salmon with them yet, but maybe you decided to do something different with your rigging. We'd love to hear that. Also, if you got a take specifically for your hook spacings, your setup for running cut plug herring, we'd love to hear that too. So don't be shy. Or if you just have a question or whatever, we can answer or try to answer as best we can. We are here for you for that. Of course, this upcoming segment will have a few reports to throw out there to you. I did not get out yesterday, and we do have river levels and fish counts, although, again, fish counts right now aren't all that interesting, but we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up as we go through the year. Y'all know how that is. But let's show you some photos that everybody's been sending in, and we love them. There's a lot of them, and if you have been sending them in, just be patient. It sometimes takes a week or two before we can get those photos up, maybe even a little bit more than that sometimes, but we do make sure to get those photos in there. Dandy, look at that steelhead, just a beautiful wild fish. Bill sent this in, and you know, part of me, I'm looking at the stuff he's got on the side of his drift boat. I'm going to tell you right now that drift boat's probably the nicest or one of the nicest that's on the water based on the manufacturer of that particular boat. But I'm having some of that stuff put in over at Haxton's myself and my Willie drift boat. So kind of interested to see how everybody else does it. Clamming on the coast, and that's been interesting. Geez, did we start something with the Claminator here just a couple of weeks ago? For those folks that try to get them and may have been unable to, we apologize for that, but I know that they have a bunch more coming. So take advantage of a great photo, too. Look at the background. Anytime you can take your truck on the beach, you know it's going to be a good day. It really doesn't matter. Fern Ridge? Mallards? Widgeon? Wait a second. Well, good for you, Kurt. Well done. Not a lot of great reports come out of Fern Ridge. That could be for a couple of reasons. I'm not going to dive into it too much, but I'm already, look, that's just a great photo. Already making plans for next season. I can't help myself. It just is what it is. Lily's steelhead snowman? Oh, was out doing some winter steelhead fishing and said, you know what? I'm going to take a break and make a snowman. I love it. Very cool. Kyle, thanks for sending that in. I don't know if we're going to be seeing that anymore. We're going to check in with Peyton Major here in a little bit, find out what the snowstorm is going to be like when we this upcoming week. I'm kidding. Rogue River Chrome, Mark sent this in. Nice steelhead. Hatchery fish too, by the way. Well done. I wonder how he caught it. It looks like they're in a drift boat. Yeah, hopefully your seasons are going great down there for everyone. I know that there's a lot of you to watch down there. I wish that I could spend some time talking about it. I don't spend any time down there, but call us up and give us some reports. We'd love to share. Hey, that's Cody. Oh, and that's, I know, hey, get rid of that boat. I'm kidding. Braden sent this in. Nice steelhead. Looks like a small wild. Going to be obviously a quick release right there. And you can see the doors open, getting ready to let it go. Very, very cool. I know there were certainly some days that Mr. Herman put the hurt to him. I wonder how things have been for him here recently. Very cool. Spent the day with Eagle. What a great shot. And if you're like me and you're lucky enough to spend a lot of time out in the outdoors, have you noticed the last, I don't know, maybe 5, 8 years, how many more bald eagles there are around? They are just doing fantastic around here, which is really cool to see. Now, if we could just manage the birds that we need to get, really manage, and that we don't seem to do so, the cormorants and mergansers, there'd probably be even more of them, but that's a whole other story. Very cool photo, though. You better have a good camera to make the ho. Stewart with a toad of a wild. Wow. Nice coastal fish. Man, zipping a struggle over there. We tried to get Mr. Big Dave back on. We wanted to find out how things were going on in the North Coast, and not a lot to share. It's been very interesting. I'm just chalking it up to river conditions, and the ocean has been nuts. Any excuse that I can find, I'm going to keep digging, trying to find more and more excuses. What a great photo, too. You folks out there are really getting good at taking great photos. Danny's first steelhead, David Johnson. Oh, David Johnson sent this in. And look at that. Nice steelhead, too. Cromer. The year of the boot, as some folks out there like to say. But no, there's plenty of chromers around if you can find them. Very cool. Hopefully David's having a good season with his clients out there chasing some fish around. And here's a quick video. Eli's first steelhead, and that's a good first steelhead. Congratulations. Keith sent that in. Looks like he just landed it. Very, very nice. Congratulations, young man. Very good. Look at the smile on his face. I remember chasing them when I was that age, and whenever you got lucky, that's going to be on the table very, very quickly. Very cool. Eli, congratulations. Now, it's down the rabbit hole for the next 50 years trying to chase these things. It's the Fox 12 app. It's free. Download it. Once you do so, you can obviously take advantage of all the great features there. But of course, outdoor GPS, and you can send your photos and videos in. It's the easiest way, but you can also send them to our Facebook page if you're not a member there. If you're into the whole social media thing, you can certainly send photos in. If you're not a member or a fan or whatever the heck it's called, look for us under pages and hit like, and you'll be part of, I think it's 22 or 25, 27,000 folks that are on there. I don't even know. But at the very least, lots of ways to send those photos over. We love to show you off. Now, I've got Tom on the line with a report from yesterday. We're going to take it in the report segment. That's right after this break. So when we come back from this break, we'll go through all the info that you love to see before this or during this week. Wow. And get a report from Tom on how his day went yesterday. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Outdoor GPS in just a minute.